Teddy Lehman, Rocky Kalmus, Brian Bosworth are just a few names of some of the great linebackers that have come through the University of Oklahoma. And the next great linebacker that is expected to break out even more than he did last year is Danny Stutsman, one of the best, and if not the best, linebacker, not just in the SEC, but in all of college football. What's next for him? Could he be the next rock star that the Boz was back in the 80s? Or will he be much more than that in the social media age of the 21st century? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Lucas Hill here of SEC Unfiltered. Thank you guys so much for taking a moment and listening to our video. Please make sure you like and subscribe this video. Also, hit the bell notification so that you are notified for every time we drop a new video. Also, hit us up on every social media platform. We're on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok at SEC Unfiltered. Also, check out secunfiltered.com for more exclusive content. Get yourself some merch there. Find out some more articles from many of our wonderful staff here at SEC Unfiltered. Today's video has been brought to you by our good friends over at MYBOOKIE. Going over to our good friends over at MYBOOKIE.ag. Use code SECU to receive a special welcome offer whenever you get your first deposit. It's more than just a sports book. It's all about the underdog upsets, the buzzer beaters, and a community to share in all the sweats. And MyBookie makes it really easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays. And new boosts are now posted on the daily. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. Must be 21 or older to use. Not available in all states. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER. So there was a tweet yesterday by some, I don't know what it was. It was somebody on Twitter. It's there's no real information about it, but it's gotten quite a bit of relevancy. So apparently, Danny Stutsman and Sydney Sweeney have been hanging out together. Now, why do I mention this? Well, this is pretty interesting stuff, you know? I mean, it's the biggest movie star on the planet right now, along with the biggest linebacker on the planet. Now, it kind of reminds me of the Boz's stardom back whenever he was a 3-time Butkus Award winner at Oklahoma. But this is much different. This is the social media age of the college football landscape, and this is what he had to say in response to this tweet. Can't have any privacy these days. We don't we don't know if they've actually been hanging out or not, but it's pretty cool to see how a kid around college age has been hanging out with a big movie star like Sydney Sweeney, and just goes to show you the rock star mentality that has come with these young athletes now with the emergence of NIL and everything that they've been able to capture off of that. So that's enough of the paparazzi side of everything. Let's get on to the player. Danny Stutsman is a once-in-a-generation type of linebacker. 6'4", 240 pounds. This dude is incredibly fast when he comes out of his stance. I mean, whenever you see him take his first step, he is out of the game. He's very well at reading plays, reads run all the way. Whenever a back is to his side, he can tell whether it's draw or whether or not it's counter option. And he's in the hole automatically every time he gets his opportunity. He's one of the best linebackers in the nation. There's no reason why he shouldn't be an All-American this year. So he appeared on College Football News' list of the top 25 linebackers. Came in at number 6, surprisingly. So last year, he led the Sooners with 104 tackles, 16 for loss, and 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles, as well as a pick 6 against Tulsa. Also had 3 pass breakups in coverage. He missed a good portion of the Kansas and the Oklahoma State loss with an injury. In those 2 games, Oklahoma very well could have been 10-1 if Danny Stutsman would have continued to play during that game, and if he doesn't get hurt. And that might have boosted Oklahoma's chances of making the college football playoff and being a player in the Big 12 championship game. Regardless, this is going to be a better year for Stutsman. He is going to be arguably one of the best backers to have come out of Oklahoma since Teddy Lehman was there about 20 years ago. And Bob Stoops had a lot of words to say about this guy. This is what he said on the Ref podcast. Yeah, he's a big, rangy guy. He reminds me of Teddy Lehman, the length, the power, the athleticism. When he gets his hands on the ball, he's going to catch it. He really reminds me of Rocky Kalmus, which is a major compliment. I mean, this is a great human being. You know, this is the guy that is unbelievable when you see him step on the field. He brings a lot of that old school mentality. He's a guy that is there to get the job done. He wants to do a great job, and he's going to do that and a whole lot more. When you watch him step out onto the field, he's a bona fide leader. He's becoming more of a vocal leader. You saw it during the latter part of the season. Even whenever he was hurt, he was hyping guys up on the sideline, getting them engaged, and he's continued to do that during fall practice. I know that Brent Venables has talked a lot about his development ever since his injury, and he's just been getting better and better as the season has gone on. There's a lot of potential for this guy. Stutsman is a fantastic, fast, rangy linebacker. He could very well play almost any. He could probably play a safety position if he lost a little bit of weight. But he's perfect for where he's at. And he reminds me a lot of the Boz. And I know that's bold of me to say, but whenever I look at Brian Bosworth, the first thing that comes to mind was the speed and his ability to read coverage, his ability to read out plays, his ability to hit the hole as soon as a blitz was on, his ability to scrape down whenever a guard is coming out to crash down on him. He has that ability to read it all the way, attack the hole where they're coming to pull, scrape across that guard, and make a play in the backfield. You're going to see a lot of that this year. And I'm excited to see what Stutsman is going to bring to the table, because that guy is going to make Oklahoma be a contender for a college football playoff. It's going to be their defense that's going to have to carry in some instances while the offense gets adjusted to a freshman quarterback in Jackson Arnold, who shows promise, but he still has a long ways to go as well. Stutsman is ready for this spotlight. He's ready for his ability to handle the media pressures. And yes, I know it's silly about him and Sydney Sweeney and everything that's going on between them. That's it. They've just been hanging out. That's all that we really know other than that. But this is still a fantastic thing for him. It's awesome to see what he's doing with his career as he's going on. He's going to continue to develop as a linebacker. You're going to see him continue to improve as the season goes on. You're going to see him be a lot healthier. And you're going to see a guy that is just going to pick up right where he left off earlier last year. He emerged as that leader for the Sooners, led the later part of the years. And he had to be. That was a struggling team at times. That was a defense that really didn't perform well at the end of the season. And a new defensive coordinator in Zach Alley that's young, that's energetic, that reminds me a lot about what Blake Baker brings to the table with LSU. Alley's bringing the same intensity. He was with a lot of great teams. Helped coach linebackers at Boise State, was at ULM for a while, was one of the youngest coordinators in all of college football. So you know what he's going to do with a guy like that. He's going to help him evolve into a much better linebacker because he's been around some of these great backers. While he was at Clemson from 2011 to 18, he saw guys like Carl Lawson. He saw guys like Ben Boulware. He saw the guys that are intense like that. Boulware does also remind me a bit of Stutsman. I like how Boulware was intense. Stutsman was intense. Boulware was instinctive whenever he got out into zone coverage, being able to take backers out of the backfield, slamming down the underneath routes whenever a tight end came across the field. Reads the offense really well. Stutsman's going to bring that in a whole lot more for the Oklahoma Sooners. That's what I have. What do you guys think Stutsman's going to bring to the table come in 2024? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications for every time we post a new video here on SEC Unfiltered. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you later.